So Megan Thee Stallion is an up-and-coming rapper who has caught quite a bit of traction with her second album here, Fever. She has been on the scene for a little while now. She dropped an album last year which I heard nothing about at all, which is surprising because usually I do try and keep up to date with a lot of this new wave of rappers. But Fever seemed to manage to catch quite a lot of traction. Perhaps it was the perfect timing of this release, not a lot out, so of course a lot of people turn their heads at a new hip-hop album that gets released while not really a great deal is out at that time. Which is great because this is actually a pretty good album and I'm excited to see where Megan takes her style in the future based off this Fever album. It's definitely not the most inventive sound you'll hear. Lyrically, it certainly isn't taking anything to the next level, but it really doesn't need to because Megan has tons of charisma, bags of personality. She's just oozing on all of these tracks. She has a lot of witty one-liners. She's pretty funny with the way she presents herself at times too. And in this new wave of female rappers that certainly began to rise in the past couple of years, which is only a good thing, I definitely feel like there's easily a place for Megan. It's pretty much straight up bangers from start to finish with this album. It never really feels like it's running over long, and that's just because she's entertaining to listen to and provides some really good hooks throughout as well. A few of the hooks I would say are weak here and there, like on Simon Says, which I don't know, I just feel like that chorus is pretty redundant and gets kind of tiring, but at least the Juicy J feature is pretty solid and at least it kind of breaks up the flow of the song. But I would say that that hook kind of could have been rewritten or just left off. In terms of lyrics though, you're not really getting a great deal here. I mean, like I say, there are some funny one-liners that pop out here and there, but it's pretty much just bragging throughout. Bragging about how she can get the dick, or how the dick that she's got is not good enough for her because she deserves a better dick. Bragging about how much money she's got, how the bitches aren't as good as her, and on the first track how she's talking about how her hip-hop is realer than everyone else's hip-hop because bitches are just doing the bare minimum these days. I would say usually lines like that are incredibly cringy because branding yourself as the real rapper in the game right now just always leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But luckily I think that she just comes on the track with so much intensity and raw energy and power that it just doesn't really make lines like that stand out in a particularly bad way. You get people like Logic saying that and it's usually cringy as hell because he just sounds pretty damn terrible on a beat these days. But with Megan, she's sounding pretty damn good on the beat, so lines like that just don't stand out in a pretty poor way. Like, it's okay that she's saying this, it doesn't really bother me because she sounds good and she's bringing the goods. I do wish she was a bit more versatile with her lyrics though, because the topics that I mentioned about her bragging is what she repeats on every track pretty much. It's not like she varies things up in a very interesting way either. I mean, it's just the same things, just said slightly differently over a bit of a slightly different beat. You know, you've got Cash Shit and Money Good, they're kind of the same songs in terms of lyrical ideas. You've also got Ratchet and Shake That, they're again pretty similar. I will give a credit on a track like Sex Talk though, because I do feel like she does put an interesting spin on the idea of the sexy time and how, you know, it's not just about like the visuals. You got to bring the talk as well. You got to bring that juicy talking goodness. What am I saying? Luckily that energy just never leaves the album. Like, it's just there from start to finish. She's fire as hell on these beats. Her flows are really good. She's got some catchy hooks at times as well. It's just one of those fun rap albums that are pretty mindless. There's very little to take away in terms of the themes, but it doesn't matter because the tracks sound good. That's basically what you're getting here. 6 out of 10, I enjoy this. I'm excited to see where she goes in the future. A little worried and hesitant to see if she can actually diversify her style and sound, because eventually people will probably get a bit bored. I kind of felt the same with that last Rico Nasty mixtape that came earlier in the year. In fact, no, the one last year was a mixtape and this one was the album, so it did kind of leave me slightly disappointed, and I'm worried that Megan will follow that same path because she just may end up running over the same themes, not really doing anything different to stand out. But as for now, this is good. Thank you for watching my review. Hopefully you enjoy this album. Let me know your thoughts on it as well. Have a good day. Goodbye.